Hey guys, what's going on? Listen, I believe that everybody should have a sport or activity that they love to do. I've been working in the medical field helping accident injury patients for many, many years. And what I've seen is a trend of the patients that recover the fastest and the ones that usually don't get injured as much as everybody else are always the ones that are in shape and the ones that exercise on a regular basis and at the least do a lot of stretching. I had one patient, actually it was two patients that came into my office some years ago, and these both these guys were in the same accident in the car. They were in their late 50s, and one of them, had the regular injuries that I normally see in an accident, a lot of the aches and the pains, neck pain, back pain. The other guy was doing very well. And I remember asking or telling him, he was saying that he was ready to be discharged. He was doing well. And I told him, as part of his discharge was to continue to start exercising and gradually get into it. Only if, whatever aerobic exercise you do or weightlifting you do, to make sure that you do, maybe about a third of what you usually do, or more like 25%, drop it down and gradually work your way up. So he was a runner and he asked me, okay, is it all right if I do about like, 3 or 4 miles a day? And I was like, man, like how many miles do you normally run? He's like 8 or 9. I'm like, good grief. This guy, he was slim fit and had a little bit of a muscular build, but I later found out that not only did he run like 8 or 9 miles a day, that he was also a martial arts instructor as well. So I realized that the reason why he was in such good shape, the reason why that he probably didn't get injured as much as the guy right beside him in the same accident, is that again he was in such good physical shape. And I've seen that many, many times in my practice, no matter the age. I could tell you stories about that. Another guy who was in his 70s was in a car accident where they were hit by actually a dump truck. And the guy that was in the car with him in his 60s had the same regular injuries. The guy in his 70s, he wasn't hurt much at all. When I asked him, when I was examining him, asked him to move around to see how far he can bend forward. He immediately bent all the way down, touched his toes, came back and started moving in all different directions. And I realized it was because he was in great physical shape. He had great flexibility. It's the reason why he was hardly injured in the accident and ready to be discharged. So again, I see that all the time. And it's basically we were meant to move. We're supposed to be hunters and gatherers, we're supposed to be active people. That's the first thing. The second thing is our bodies are designed to move. We're not designed to sit in chairs all day long. We're designed to move. The way our bodies is structured, our hips and our feet is allows us to be able to glide along the pathway. When we're walking or running, we do it smoothly because we're supposed to be actively moving. Our primary source of transportation is supposed to be Mo and Joe, not cars. And the problem is really our society. Our society is set up for comfort, and that's basically causing the problem with most Americans. Now, before I go any further, if you don't know me, again, my name is Anthony Wade. I'm a physician assistant, and I help people who've been in accidents or also people that have, injuries, knee pain, back pain, neck pain, and want to lose weight. And I help them basically lose about 20 pounds in about 90 days without stepping foot in a doctor's office. But again, I've seen this trend so much in my practice. Most of the patients that come through that are injured the most are the ones that are least active and, don't move as much and don't have any type of activity that they do outside of work. And like I said, we're supposed to be hunters and gatherers, for as long as we've been on this planet. If you want to look at the time frame that we've been on this planet, if we've been on this planet this long, our time that we're living in is like this. 90%, 95% of the time that we've been living on this planet, we've been mainly hunters and gatherers. We've been active people. And again, our ancestors, your ancestors, the people that you came from, were people that were active and moving. It hasn't been until just recently, within our time frame or timeline of people being on this earth, that the whole industrial age and all that came about. Now we have our cars, and we have Uber Eats and Netflix and chill and all that stuff, and we're just not as active as we supposed to be. And like I said, our bodies were designed to move. We have ball and socket joints. We have thumbs that help us to be able to pick up things, so we can throw, we can swim, we can play with round balls and stuff with rules. Again, our bodies are designed to be active and to move. They're not designed to sit there on a computer all day just typing away. We're just not made for that. Plus, if you want to get into the specifics, we have less hair on our bodies than our animal counterparts. And so we're able to sweat and to cool ourselves off. So again, we're just not meant to be in a cool, air conditioned facility. We're supposed to be outside, and we're supposed to be out in the sun, and we're supposed to be running and walking miles and miles to gather fruits and vegetables and some, edible berries and all that stuff. We're supposed to basically have to work for our food. It's not supposed to be delivered to us. Our society has, provided all these amenities for us. We have food, we have shelter, we're out of the elements. We have all we could eat buffets, but unfortunately, our bodies are the result of it. And all you have to do is walk out the door and see the rest of America and how they are. And it's a result of all these things that are handed to us. Again, we're supposed to be out there hunting for our food. Now, there's a few pockets of society that still live the way our ancestors did. You can find them in, like the deep in the Amazon jungle and some places in Africa where people still have a hunter-gatherer living. And those people have been actually studied. And what they found is that, they have very few incidences of obesity or diabetes or high blood pressure. It's like 3% as opposed to like 60-70% in America. And so it's possible, and they've been watching and studying these people, but basically it's they're still out there doing what we're supposed to be doing. I remember watching a documentary on this. They're telling about how they hunt their food, where they go and they'll, like, say they're after some buffalo or something like that. Not buffalo, wildebeest or something like that. And they basically track down the wildebeest. They didn't have to fight it or anything like that. All they had to do was chase after it, and they didn't have to run fast. Just jog a little bit behind them and run them down. After 5 or 6 miles, the poor animal would fall over from exhaustion, and all the person had to do was just to keep up with them. Didn't have to keep up close, just keep them in plain sight. And by the time the poor animal fell over from exhaustion, you just had to go over there and poke them with the spear. But that's how our ancestors lived, and that's how some people still live. And of course, I'm not saying that we need to go tear off our clothes and run off into the woods or anything like that. Not just yet. But, if you just take the time to stretch on a regular basis and to implement exercise into your life, it's going to help you so much. That's one of the things that I teach my patients initially is flexion, is increasing your flexibility. That's one of the big things that's going to help you out, especially after an accident. But also, shedding some pounds, as you get more active and start doing more stretching and more exercising and watching the foods that you eat, you're going to wind up starting to drop some of the weight. So, that's my thing. Again, you got to have some type of activity or sport that you like to do. For me, if you know me, I race BMX. Not right now because I've been in a bit of an accident. More on that is for another video. But that's what I do to stay active, and I'm working out on a regular basis. Not now until I get the okay from my doctor, but you need to start finding some activity that you love to do, maybe some sport that you used to do when you were younger. Ease your way back into it. Definitely talk to your doctor. Always talk to your trusted provider to make sure you're cleared in order to do some type of physical activity. But ease into it. Start off with a lot of stretching and work your way back into it. But you have to get active. You have to start moving. You have to get up out that seat and get back into what your body is supposed to be doing, and it's supposed to be moving, it's supposed to be running, it's supposed to be sweating, and it's supposed to be out of that seat, definitely. So, I just wanted to bring that to you again. If you need any help, if you've been in a car accident, or you have some aches and pains, or you just want to shed a few pounds, reach out to me. I like to help people. That's what I do. I'm a physician assistant, and I could assist you with doing all those things in order to get you back into the optimum health, back into your old body that you used to have, and to make sure that you extend your life and you're not, falling prey to all of these changeable diseases that's out there, meaning you can make a difference and not, or should I say, prevent a lot of these diseases just by staying active and stretching on a regular basis. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. Again, reach out to me if any of this stuff interests you, and I'll be glad to help you along your journey. All right, see you guys.